the products before they go to market, and basically make sure that, attackers cannot hack into our products, and just make sure that our products are safe and secure. That's a big part of my job. But aside from that, I also work with other security researchers. So my job is to employ something we call a defense in-depth strategy, so protect ourselves from all fronts. So even as I test something, it means that I need, a second eye just to make sure there's nothing I have missed. So also working with other security researchers to also, test the products. If they find issues, it's a program we actually have. So if they find issues, then we go ahead and pay them. Aside from that, finally, is just making sure that even as the product is on production, customers are using it, I keep on testing and, keep closing all the loopholes. So I will say that is the summary of what I do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think you are doing a very good job, because people should be your friends. I looked at the other week, there's a lady who was trending because she did not manage her data, and she's old, and many people don't know how to manage even their M-Pesa data.
Yeah.
And they give their phones without locking and all this. There's a lot of security issues.
Yeah.
So what would you advise people who are dealing with these issues to protect themselves from hackers and all this?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. What I will say is, when it comes to security and protecting yourself, it actually starts with you, not me, who is, I think I'm the second line of defense. It actually starts with you. So for example, if you have a product like Pessah, it's all about ensuring that you have a very strong PIN or password for even your M-Pesa or even your social media applications. And then something that I think people miss is something we call two-factor authentication, right? So having something like a one-time password, like a second, level of authentication, just to make sure that your data is safe. So even if someone gains access, they still have, this second layer of authentication that they still can't get, because probably the OTP sent to your email or is sent to your phone, right? So something like that. So having very strong pins, two-factor authentication, and also keeping in mind that attackers like exploiting trust, especially when it comes to the end user, as compared to the technical side of things. They like exploiting people's trust. So if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably
not true.
It is not true. Someone will not wake up and decide, today I'm gonna give you 10,000. Just give me your details, give me your
because
number.
they send you and say now you've won 5,000 shillings.
Yeah.
And can I have your number? It takes your details, and then, or you click onto something.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that we see users fall prey into. So at the end of the day, if you end up giving someone your personal information, you've given them your ID number, you've given them your phone number, you probably even given them your PIN, then nothing is stopping them from getting access to your data. So I think those are some of the things that people can do to keep themselves safe online. But also over and above that, it's really keeping in mind that everything you do online, there's a digital, footprint. So be very careful about what you're sharing, even your location. People share their locations online. There's so many apps that have access to your location. Even someone young like me, even dating apps, they have your location. So really keep in mind who and where you are sharing your data to.
So most Kenyans, actually, there are very many mistakes they make, and when it comes to online. What do you think are the most common risks on that front?
I think online, what Kenyans do a lot is, I think, let me start with the aspect of trust before even getting to the technical side of things. You've gone to social media, probably you have a problem. You are tagging, a customer care of a certain company, and then all these bots come and respond.
Yes.
And oh, you're facing this issue, that's fine, just give me your details and your account number and all this. So really exploiting their trust, that's number one. Something that people really miss, always check, is this even a verified account of this company that I am trying to contact. So that's one thing. Another thing is Kenyans really fall prey to, I think, let me call them scammers. Someone calls you, hi, I'm from Safaricom, I can see your account has a problem and I need to unlock that for you. Could you please share your details with me? So I think for Kenyans, it's a lot of the trust. They're giving a lot of information to people out there. They're really, trusting people, and people are really not keeping in mind where and who and how sharing of this kind of data impacts them. So I think that's something that we really need to look into.
So, because I've seen, and also many Kenyans sometimes, it's lack of knowledge, number one, because you've talked very well about trust, and Kenyans are very trusting people.
Yeah.
Like you take care of, like that old woman from Meru who took the phone to the fundi.
Yeah.
And then people started, like one of the guys started scamming her, put her photos on their social media. How do people need to lock their maybe important info in the phones and all this, especially?
So I think, like I said, if you're using something like an application and it has an extra level of security, like two-factor authentication, so aside from your username and your password, then there's let me say like a one-time PIN that is sent to your phone. Always make sure that you enable that. I think that's number one, so that if someone was even to get access to my Instagram and they want to maybe steal my data or something like that, and then they've got like my username and they've got my password, but they don't have this one-time PIN. You see, that really makes it hard for them to get into my account. That's number one. Number two, again, passwords. I know it sounds very simple, but my password is 1234, or my password is the year that I was born. If I'm a bad person, or if I'm an attacker and I get access to your phone and I've stolen from you and maybe even have your ID, or I know even the year you were born. See, when attackers try to do something, when they try to gain even access to your account, they rely on a lot of information that is related to you. So what year were you born? What's the name of your pet? What's the name of your mother? Or such things. So when people end up putting such things as their passwords, you see, it becomes very easy
to target.
It becomes very easy for me to get into your account. So I'll just go, oh, she was born in 1999. Okay, so let me try that, and boom, then now I'm in. There was no 2FA, so then now I end up draining.
What is 2FA?
2FA is two-factor authentication.
Okay.
Yes, two-factor authentication. So like I mentioned, it's an authentication where there's a username and a password, but then over and above that, you've already told me that this is your password, but then what else can I use to be able to verify you? So a lot of companies right now, to be able to keep their customer data safe, they have this extra level of security that a customer can sign up to or just enable, so that if I come and I've said, okay, this is my account and this is my username and password, okay, but you could have gotten that username and password from somewhere, even from the internet. A lot of attacks happen. There's a lot of data that can be sold even on the dark web. So I can't really trust your word when you come and say, okay, this is my password, but like, what other thing can I use, right? So then you end up getting like a code, a one-time password to be able to put, one-time password that can be shared to your email or your phone number that probably the attacker doesn't have access to, and input that, and then that's what you can use to verify that this is actually you.
So in this age of AI, there's a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Especially big on data protection and all this.
Definitely.
So how do you guys protect our data in Safaricom?
I think that's very interesting because in the age of AI,
yes,
there's a lot of things, So AI it's making, I think, people really fast.
Yeah.
People are moving very fast.
Yeah.
So developers, software engineers, people who work in security move very fast. But in the same breath, even the bad people are moving very fast.
Yeah.
Right now, if an attacker wanted to, let me say, create something like an exploit, before the age of AI, you will need to sit down, write the code, figure it out, think.
Yeah.
But right now it's as simple as going to ChatGPT or Claude and saying, develop for me an exploit to break into, someone's Instagram or someone's M-Pesa, or develop an exploit for me to be able to get into this, company network and break their network defenses. So attackers are moving,
very fast.
Very fast. So
Very
they're developing
fast,
exploit very fast. But I think for now, the people on the other side, the defenders, and how we are using AI to protect your data, I think it's a two-way street. Yeah, two-way street. Let me use that. Let me use that word.
What do you mean two-way street?
Because there's the negative side of AI, but then AI also has some positives.
Yes.
So as much as they're moving really fast, we can leverage AI in terms of, let's say, there's a way we monitor for when maybe something has gone wrong in our network, or trying to determine if something is an attack. So there's techniques, we call them techniques, tactics, and procedures, TTPs. So we can leverage AI to quickly tell us, is this an anomaly? Does this look like, something that an attacker would use? So we can leverage AI to be able to do that. The other thing is we can also predict. So we can use AI to be able to say, okay, this is like data from maybe recent breaches. Can you be able to use this data and be able to predict for us if we are going to experience something like this moving forward? So we can also use AI to do something we call predictive analytics, to be able to tell us whether we are susceptible to any kind of attack that is now goes back to how are we going to protect our customers. So it enables us build the defenses pretty early and be proactive as compared to being reactive. And then another thing is, as much as attackers are also automatic, we are also automating.
Because I know most of them are automated.
Yeah, so we are also, leveraging AI to also automate, some of those processes that are manual, so that you can be able to move fast. So I think it's very interesting in this age of AI, but I think to protect customer data and promote data security, it's also just trying to find a way to leverage AI.
So this month is a month of Data Security Awareness Month. Yeah, in October.
Yeah.
So what activities are you guys running to help us educate the public?
I think a lot of things. We are engaging everyone. We are engaging everyone, from businesses, SMEs, to even students in uni. We are also talking to students in uni. We are talking to businesses. We are also engaging with government. So, for example, what we are doing with students in university is basically telling them, okay, this is how you keep yourself online. You keep yourself safe online, because a lot of them are young people. And when you think about something to do with data privacy, young people, we share a lot of data online.
They share even photos, they share everything.
Yeah, like I will go somewhere and I will say, oh, I was at the Museum of Illusions, and I post my location there. Yeah. I will use Bolt, and maybe if it's even like corporate, I will say, this is where I work, this is where I live. Now you already have my location. So there's a lot of like information that we share. So for the students, we are trying to educate them. There's a lot of things that you share online. Rightfully so, maybe. Sometimes maybe you need to share that information, but again, this is how you keep yourself online. You keep yourself safe. For the businesses, I think businesses in Kenya, it's very unique, right? A lot of scammers are targeting, SMEs. So there's a very pressing need for them to even be able to know, how can we protect ourselves? What solutions are out there for us to be able to leverage on, right? So it's educating them, there's things called firewalls that you can use to protect what comes into and out of your network. If you have a small business, say for example, like the studio we are at right now, I don't know if your machine probably has some kind of, endpoint protection, right?
It has some firewalls, of course.
Yes, so firewalls, endpoint protection. If your data is on the cloud, then just also engaging the businesses to be able to tell them, okay, so this is how you can protect yourself. But even over and above that, there's actually solutions that you can use to be able to even beef up your protection. Then I think with government, it's a lot of engagement, even working with agencies, for example, like the Communication Authority of Kenya. Just a lot of conversations. What have we been, seeing this year? How can we, progress moving forward? What are your recommendations even for telcos, for other businesses, for them to be able to protect themselves? Because you can see what kind of attacks are even coming into our cyberspace.
I think you've really captured it very well, but also remember that there are. How do you regulate the dating sites where people are scammed? Do you remember what did you call that guy? The Israeli man who scammed all women in the world.
I think was it on some documentary on Netflix?
Yes.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's crazy because people are scammed, especially people are looking either for money, for love, and for many other things. Yeah.
Again, if it sounds too good to be true, it is true, number one. Number two, people, I think, and we've said this before, people exploit your trust. That's number two. Number three, dating apps. They have a lot of our information, even your photos. Your photos, very important. Your photos, they also have your location, because when you go on a dating app, you'll say, I want people from this certain location. Then now we definitely know where you live. So back to your question in terms of how you can regulate. Of course, I'm not a regulator. I can just, contribute to the conversation. I think my view would be a lot of customer awareness, but even over and above that, because we do have the Data Protection Act of Kenya, right? So can we be able to, if anyone is like an operator in our country, can we be able to tell them, okay, so we have data privacy laws in Kenya which actually mandate that you need to protect your customer data. You need to tell us how is this data protected? Where is it stored? Is it only accessible to authorized people? Have you done any kind of testing on your app to make sure that it is not, susceptible to hackers, breaking into the application? So I think from a regulatory perspective, if I was to contribute to that conversation, it's, really drilling down the data privacy laws to, any operators that you have in Kenya. And then on the side now of the users, it's a lot of customer education. You can share the photos, but keep in mind that there are risks to actually, sharing this, so that it's up to the end user, do I want to share or not? And even now going a step further, okay, then if this poses a risk, then what do I share and what do I not share, right? So, yeah.
I think you've really captured it well, Madam Sabrina. So I think you are very good at what you do. Let's take a short break. When you come back, we will really unpack more on this data, especially in this age of AI and the way people are using other people's images on social media, and
deep fakes
and all that. It's crazy. Of course, thank you very much.